Hey, everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything you need to take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday. The digital diva is in the house. Terry Johnson, online from New York City, is with us today, and we're going to be talking about a world of bots. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Jay's got to tell us more. So sit back, relax, get a piece of paper, pen, or your digital tablet, whatever you need, and let's get to learning. Thank you for watching live and on the replay. And TJ, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of marketing talk, marketing strategy, marketing tips, tools, news, information you can use to grow your business online. Now, we've been talking a little bit about the economy, and everybody knows what's going on and what you need to do. You need to make your plans for your strategy going forward for this year. So I just wanted to make sure everybody got that information. But now I'm going to talk about something that we talked about before, Cambridge Analytica. Does everybody remember that? Now, we're
We
not going to
did.
talk about that because I think that was 2016 or 2018 or something. And just let me give you a little refresher on that. Because that was a big deal when it happened. And we're like, oh, okay. So
Mhm.
so it was a company called Cambridge Analytica secretly gathered personal information from millions of Facebook users without their permission. They used the data to help the some of the presidential campaigns at that time, and they were accused of trying to influence the Brexit vote. Anybody remember Brexit? That was over in the UK. So there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened, and a former Cambridge Analytica employee revealed what happened. And then Facebook apologized, and they had to come before Congress, and then they had to pay some fines. Okay, so that was 2016, 2018. Now you would think, okay, yeah, that was fine, and that was back then. And we've evolved a little because there is an issue, a problem that's still there. It kind of switched from this Cambridge Analytica thing to something else called bot farms. Now, I found this article on LinkedIn. I love going on LinkedIn when I remember, when I have time, because I'm following some people that, and the way that LinkedIn works is like I'm not following this person that wrote the article in I think it was Fast Company. I'm going to put the link up. But somebody that I follow either like, commented, shit, they did something and it got into my purview. It got into my window because I wasn't searching for bot farms. I wasn't thinking about bot farms. I know what a bot farm is. I'm going to tell you what a bot farm is, but I want to give you the setup for this. So LinkedIn, great information, business related, industry wide stuff, good stuff versus, some of the other places that are celebrity driven, and celebrity news is fine, but that's not what I'm looking for. So I go into LinkedIn and then some little stuff, bits and pieces. So I found this article, and the title is "Bot Farms Invade Social Media to Hijack Popular Sentiment," written by Eric Schwartzman. And I don't follow him. I don't follow him on LinkedIn, but I saw this article and I was like, okay, let me read it. Sorry, a little dust in my vote. I said, let me read this. That sounds interesting because the way that he posted it on his LinkedIn, the author of the article, he didn't just post a link, he wrote some commentary. So I saw the commentary and I saw the title, and okay, all of the things that are supposed to drive you to the content, right? It happened with me. So I saw this and I was like, let me investigate this because this sounds like it has evolved from Cambridge Analytica to bot farms. The problem hasn't gone away. It's just switch kind of formats are still there. And also remember, Meta has gotten rid of their community platform where you could go and people could say that's not right, fake news. I think X, whatever they're doing. There's some other places that they're gotten rid. I think YouTube did some things too where they're not fact checking. like they used to, because the fact checking part came out of Cambridge Analytica. Everything came from that, where the public discovered, oh, this is what they do. They manipulate data, they manipulate social media content and sentiment. Yeah. So they've been doing it since Cambridge Analytica. It didn't go away because Facebook paid their little fine. What did they pay? $5 billion. Zuckerberg had that in his pocket. You want $5 billion? Here you go. And he went about his business. That's what they do. So we need to talk about this article because I think it's important to be informed. And it ties into what I always say about the vanity metrics, that people are concerned about the likes and how many followers, and well, followers aren't real. Now, we said that, but this is proof. This the author, I think he said on LinkedIn that he spent like 6 months investigating the story. I was like, oh, do tell. Let's see what you got. So I already knew about the bot farms, and I'm going to put a link to the article so you guys can read it on your own, but I'm going to show you a little bit of it. And there's a little video in here I want you guys to see. And the reason why we're talking about this is because of followers don't count. The CEO of Instagram has been talking about that for 2 years or more. People have been talking about it. We've been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you can't take likes to the bank. As a business owner, what do you want? Paying customers.
Yes.
The reason why we're online, the reason why we have a website, you're on Instagram, wherever you are, YouTube, whatever you're doing, is to drive people to your link where they buy. That's what we're concerned about. So what do you do if a lot of stuff for likes or followers is bots, fake people? What do you do? What do you do?
Mark has okay, so let me put Mark's comment up here.
Yeah.
He says, I want to be a bot farmer. No cows to milk, coops to clean, or crops to buy.
Mark. I love it. Thank you for that commentary. It's really funny. We need a laugh because I'm looking at this going, I know that it's like, okay, I'm posting, I'm doing this, I'm not getting any likes, or you're getting likes, but nothing's happening. I want to tell you why. Because that is not our focus. It never should have been. It's all, I want to go viral. Because you see what happens with go viral. We've talked about the ocean spray guy going viral and all the stuff that happened. A whole bunch of other people that went viral. And I said, if you didn't have a system in place to handle that attention, to funnel them into your funnel, into your system where they buy, it doesn't matter if you go viral. So what? Oh, I got 1 million views on my TikTok. I got 1 million. So what? What did you take that to the bank? Did you get $1 million? No, because TikTok pays you pennies on a view. We talked about that. YouTube pays the most if you're talking about doing video. YouTube partnership program, they're split with you. You get more money. See, these social media platforms aren't here to give you money. You are the I forgot what we said it was, but you are the, I don't know why I'm thinking it's you are the stuff. You are the thing that drives the car. You're the gas. Okay? No users, no content, a social media platform is running out of gas. So we can kind of see that with X. But I want people to see that you need to have your purpose, your strategy, your plan of, I'm on social media. Why am I here? Well, because I said the marketplace of attention, that's where everybody is. That's where you can hold up your sign, and you're at a concert and you hold up your sign, and the person on stage sees your, hey, that's what you want, because you want to stand out. But then if it's just, hey, I'm here, versus eat at Joe's, or the best coffee is at Pete's, or what, if you're not doing that kind of promotion, it's really like, Beyonce saw my sign at the concert last night, and what does that get you? Nothing. It has to be a purpose behind it. So we talk about this. So let me show you the article, and I'm going to read a little bit from it just because it's very long. That's why I put the link in there. But I just some of the things that I picked out. And this is Fast Company. Oh, hey, Dr. Chachi's here. Hey. So this article is from Fast Company. Again, I found it through LinkedIn from somebody, a friend of a friend of a friend, or whatever. It got in my feed. And like I said, the article, the author wrote a blurb with the post, and that got my attention. And then I saw the title, and that got my attention. I was like, let me follow these breadcrumbs and see what are they serving. So this is Bot Farms, and the date is this month. So it says the Bot Farms, pretty recent. The bot farms invade social media and hijack popular sentiment. Governments, financial influencers, and entertainment insiders are using data center-like facilities full of phones to push narratives fabricated through fake social media engagement. You don't say. You don't say. So they're doing it. Governments, financial institutions, entertainment. So what's happening is the governments are doing it for voting, to push a narrative. Financial influencers, the stock market, pushing a narrative to push you somewhere. Entertainment, they are using it for good and for bad. The example in the article was the Blake Lively situation. There's something going on with an actress named Blake Lively, and there's a lawsuit and a back. All I know is they're back and forth. Well, in here, he's discovered that a lot of the negative push towards her was the bot farms. Okay, so did everybody get what this is?
Yeah. Wow. So now if you want to be known, you can get you a bot farm and hire a bot farm to make. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're in Southeast Asia mostly, Vietnam and places like that, Singapore, Thailand. But there's a video, so I want to show you the video, and it's just real quick. Can you see that? Should I make it bigger?
Yeah, make it a little bigger. There you go. I can see that now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hit the refresh. Let me see. Where is it? There it is.
Wow.
Okay, so that was it. Oh, I'm gonna go back to the article. Okay, so let me go back, and it's got a little thing at the bottom. All right, so this is I hate this little thing. Get out of the way. I don't want to join Fast Company right now. So I'm going to read a little bit. It's long and involved, but I pulled out some things I'm just going to read from the article. Today's problem is the use of bot farms to trick social media algorithms into making people believe that lies are true. A lie repeated often enough becomes truth. So they go into China, Iran, Russia, Turkey, North Korea. They use bots to amplify narratives all over the world. So that is the part where the governments are getting into it. Bot farm application is being used to make ideas on social media seem more popular than they really are. A bot farm consists of hundreds and thousands of smartphones controlled by one computer. In data center-like facilities, racks of phones use fake social media accounts and mobile apps to share and engage. The bot farm broadcast coordinates likes, comments, and shares to make it seem as if a lot of people are excited or upset about something like a volatile stock, a global travesty, or celebrity gossip, even though they're not. It's fake. So that was the little clip of the video. That was one of the bot farms. So think about that amplified thousands, because they're just sitting there with phones and they're all hooked up, and they got, a couple of people that are running this thing, and they use AI now. They have programs, they create these programs, and AI does all of the commenting and everything to make it seem like it's a real person. So Meta calls this coordinated inauthentic behavior. It fools the social network's algorithm into showing the post to more people because the system thinks it's trending. Unlike conventional bots that rely on software and API access, bot farm amplification uses real mobile phones. Racks and racks of smartphones connected to USB hubs are set up with SIM cards. So they go into the details of how they do it. All to make it far more difficult to detect than the bots of the past. So it's very sophisticated now, and this is one of the uses. AI is a tool, doing good and doing bad. So there is a company called Navarance. They're a social media threat intelligence firm, and the CEO made a quote. I thought this was very telling. He says it's very difficult to distinguish between authentic activity and inauthentic activity. It's hard for us, and we're one of the best at it in the world. So this is a company that this is their job to do this for major clients, corporations, and they're going like, we can't keep up with this. It's too hard. These bot farms are just doing things. So what do we think so far?
They doing a lot. They are doing a lot.
All right, so there's a little more. Whatever gets the most likes, comments, and shares get amplified. Emotionally charged posts that lure the most engagement get pushed up to the top of the news feed. Yeah, so malicious actors engineer virality by establishing bots that leech inside communities for months, sometimes years before they get activated. So they're sleeper cells, kind of. There's bots everywhere, and some of them are sleeping, just waiting for the right moment to be activated. And it's easy to do. That was why the little clip was included of the bot farm. It's very easy to do.
So these people are bots. They're being represented as people.
Yes.
Who are liking and doing all these things.
Yes.
But they're not people.
Right. And remember, you used to be able to tell a bot because they acted very bot-like. Enter AI to, okay, I don't need to know English. I got AI to put in something and make it real and sound like a real person. They have programs that do that. There's nobody sitting there and typing this comment. So before, we could tell what a bot was, a bot comment or this and that. Now you can't.
Right, because bot comments on YouTube was some weird little something.
Yes, and they were repetitive. Yeah, they were bot-like.
And you were like, okay, this is not real, because it wasn't a clear sentence. It was just something that they had put in there, some kind of something.
Yes. So here's a little bit more on that. So using AI driven personas with interests like cryptocurrency or dogs, bots are set to follow real Americans and cross engage with other bots to build up perceived credibility. Is a concept known as social graph engineering. So they're saying bot handlers build workflows with enough randomness to make them seem organic. They then set them to randomly reshare a comment on trending posts with certain hashtags or keywords, which the algorithm then uses to personalize the bot's home feed with similar posts. The bot can then comment on home feed posts, stay on topic, and dwell deeper inside of the community. So they're saying the content updates on the social media platform make the bot activity look organic. Since social media platforms update frequently, program bots appear spontaneous and natural. So before, there was a time when people go, oh, what happened to my followers on Instagram? Well, Instagram did a bot sweep and they got rid of the bots because they were really bot-like back then. Now they can't really do as much because of AI and making them seem like real people.
I can remember when some people, there was a client that I was working with, and somebody came and said, we can get you from wherever you are now, we can get you 10,000 followers and you pay this much, or we can get your follower count up to such and such. And I was like, No, because they're not real people.
Right. And the platforms at the time could sweep. Like I said, Instagram always did a sweep. They were like, oh, bot sweep, and they would come and get the bots. Now they can't really tell the bots because they've got AI to make them seem like they're real
Real
people.
people. Right. So if somebody comes and tells you you can pay $10,000 and get your 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 follower count up or whatever, just
I
say
wouldn't
no.
do it because I could go to my AI tool and ask them to do it. Hey, how would I do? And for free, it would tell me how to do it. I don't need the
Mhm.
$10,000 because
And
I
these
mean,
people were telling, and see, this is game in the system, and it's not. These are not authentic. So you got straw people standing up there clapping for you, and it's not even. They're not even real people. They're not buying anything from you.
thank you. They're not buying. That's the key. But again, I always tell you about the influencer track and the business track. Influencer track, they love this because they can take this to Coca-Cola or Nike or whoever and say, oh, I got all of this engagement when it's fake. And they used to be able to sweep the box, but now it's getting harder. And Meta knows it, and uh, all of them know it. They all know it. But here's one I was just thinking of real quick, like Snapchat. That's why Snapchat I said is going to be around because they've got this part where it's private communication. There's no bots inside of the private communication communities that's going on.
Correct.
If a teenager is talking to their grandma, that's not bot activity.
No.
So they got a little leg up, but Meta knows they have a problem. So a little bit more from the article, and then we'll talk about like the fix. So the speed at which AI image creation is developing dramatically and outpaces the speed at which social networking algorithms are advancing. Social media algorithms are not evolving quick enough to outperform bots and AI. That's a fact. In a bot-driven world, engagement metrics are no longer a reflection of authenticity. As the automated jiggering of reviews grows more pervasive, we've entered an era where star ratings have little value, especially on topics where passions run high, but increasingly even where they don't. So the author of this piece is saying that this engagement metrics, they're not a reflection of authenticity. They were in the beginning when X Twitter started, was it 2007, 2008? Maybe back then when Facebook started, yes, engagement metrics meant something, but now we've evolved. But there are people that are still going, oh, I'm like, that's not real. Those aren't real people. They're not doing real things. A bot is never going to buy from you as a business owner.
It's not.
So this article really shows that, hey, that the all of the likes and views on your reel or your video, it's probably fake. And what do we think about that? I mean, it sounds horrible. It sounds like, oh my God, what do we do?
Well, I guess you better cozy up to your community because the ones on the outside, like Dr. Chachi says, that numbers are just vanity metrics.
Right,
So your interaction with your existing customers are key right now.
right. Because that's the level of authenticity. Are you actually talking to people? And we've talked about this, the silent, I forgot, the silent lurker, the silent buyer, the when you're posting stuff online and you're like, well, nobody's liking it and nobody's coming, but you got sales. That means that there's a section of people that you'll reach online, they'll never say anything. But if you got the right messaging and you have the product or service that they want, they know
Mhm.
where to go and get it. You don't have to drag them over
No,
and then use your level of, well, I only got so many hearts and likes on this, but are they clicking on your link? And it's really easy to have analytics to tell you when people are clicking on links, especially from email.
right.
Okay. So I was really fascinated by this story, as you could tell. What does everybody think?
Uh, um, Mark has comment.
Okay.
Bring bot farms back to Miracle.
America. That's the
America. Bring
yeah.
back America. Okay. I like my bots like my manufacturing.
American.
American. Hmm.
Yeah, no more Southeast Asia. Bring it over to America. But see, that's the thing about being on social media today. Like, we got to focus on it today. Like, what's happening today? Like, it's the whole thing about the likes and seeing and this and that. And I'm like, okay, have you noticed that search is changing? And we're going to talk about that one soon. I talked about it last year about Google, about Gen Z, and I think I put it on my Substack. I got to do an update. But Gen Z doesn't use Google to search at all. They search where they are. So now enter AI. What's big with AI now? Search. So now
Hmm.
we got to figure out how to get AI to pick up our stuff when people are searching, whether it's Gemini, whether it's Perplexity, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it is Copilot. All of these, when you're doing searches, they return sources. The source is they went to the internet and got it. That nobody paid to say, "Hey AI," not yet. Hey AI, when somebody searches for whatever the topic is, return mine first. That's what Google used to do. It still does with their ads. That was the whole thing of the search engine results page was you see at the top, and I've learned to ignore everything at the top because I know those are ads. So I ignore them. But most people go, "Oh, what's the first thing?" and they click. Well, that's what Google likes because Google makes the money that way. They don't like me because I'm like, I don't. I'm like, you ain't getting me with an ad. But that we're not there with AI search. It's the very beginning, very baby steps. Very, very much so. And I'm starting to see a couple of articles and people talking about um AI search and about how businesses can get in there. I've seen one or two. It's very, very light. It's like at the very beginning. If you're not paying attention, you're like, what's going on? But I've seen a couple of things, and I'm like, okay, we need to start focusing on that. How do we do that? So,
So the
yeah.
digital, using the digital assistant, um, aka AI, is becoming more. I'm using it more and more. I'm
Hmm.
going to just straight to hit Charles, and I'm like, okay, I
Hmm.
need this, and
Right.
it's pulling it up and giving me, like you said, where it came from. So it used to be that it didn't know anything prior to 2020,
Was it 2021 or
24,
something?
2020, something.
Yeah, when it came
Uh,
out 2022, it said we don't know anything before 2021. But then it started to change.
and
And
now,
mhm.
if this is better than Wikipedia.
Yeah, so more and more people are gravitating towards, like, we talking about AI of searching for things, and it depends on, and we're going to get into that a little later, but it depends on where the person is, what generation they're in, and we talk about that a lot. The generation, each generation cohort does things a certain way, and we just talked about that when we're talking about the podcast and the social media, like 55 and up, they're on Facebook. They're not going to TikTok to search. They're on Facebook. So wherever they're standing, they're gonna do it. Or if they're used to, using Google, they're gonna continue to do that. So but I don't want to get off of this topic. That's just stuff to come. Just be ready for it because we're gonna talk about that. Because we have to, because this is what's changing. The world is changing. Social media is changing. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I felt it for a while. Remember we talked about Web 3.0, and what did people was saying that, oh, Web 3.0 is the metaverse, but the AI showed up.
And just killed down with
Wrecked it. People are like, does anybody use the word metaverse anymore?
no.
I have not heard that word. But when we were talking, I'm trying to think how far back were we starting to talk about Web 3.0, which is the next level of
Mhm.
web uses, internet uses after social media. And we were like, oh, metaverse, metaverse. But then 2022 hit, November 2022. I'll never forget that date. November
It
2022. The world turned upside down, and the metaverse was not heard from again.
sense. Mm-mm.
Do you remember people were buying? I think they were actually buying and paying money for property in the metaverse. I'm pretty sure I heard some
Yes,
companies doing that.
they were buying. There were people buying homes in the metaverse. They still might
Money.
be doing it, paying money for a house in the metaverse. And people, I watched something. Some YouTube came up
Mm-hmm.
about this guy who went into a older thing called there.com,
Uh-huh.
where it was like a city where people gathered together, and it reminded me of the thing that Microsoft had before. Dr. Tachi knows what the name of it was. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what it's called, but and Microsoft had it, and
Yeah.
you went into this world and you went and you visited people and stuff.
Right.
Well,
It was fun and cool. Yeah.
okay, but he went in there. There was like no people in there. He said, "I'm gonna keep going in here for 30 days to see if I see some people." Uh,
And right. I'm laughing about metaverse. It's because metaverse is too early. It's the same thing where people are talking about virtual reality. I have followed some people from Google Plus, and they were talking about virtual reality. There's actually one person that they've been talking about it since then, and I kept saying like it's not gonna catch. It's not the time. The timing is not ready for it. It is the world is not
mm-mm.
ready for it because you have to wear these big things on your face. And I think we talked about that a couple of times about virtual reality, VR headsets. We're not ready for that. It's cool and everything, it's an idea before its time. It's the timing is off. So yes, metaverse will catch on, virtual reality will catch on. It's just not ready yet. It has to be where it is, glasses or even not glasses. Because if you're a non-glass, if you don't wear glasses, you don't want to wear them. You don't want anything on your face. That's
Yeah,
just how people are. You got to be real about it. But
right.
virtual reality is too early. The timing is not, it's not ready yet. Metaverse,
Even
there's going to be something with the metaverse, just not when we were talking about it.
right, just because even with Meta's smart glasses, it
Hmm.
is not virtual reality. It's not
Right.
even art. It is not even AR. What is that? AR is where
AR
you
is augmented that's
reality.
when Snapchat had the thing where you could put the little characters into a 3D space, or
Right.
I think
Where
IKEA
you
has something where you could buy a couch and then put it in your living room and see how virtually how it would
that
look. That's
yes, that's
the AR.
augmented reality.
Augmented
So
reality. Yeah.
that hasn't happened, but with the Meta glasses, you are the AI stuff is happening
Yes.
because it'll talk to you like if I read something in Mandarin or something on a menu, it'll
Mhm.
tell me what it says in
Yes.
English. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And so you're doing stuff,
Mhm.
but it's your AI assistant and you're wearing it.
I saw a commercial. Somebody has a commercial like that where they're in a foreign country and they're using the phone or they're using something, maybe the glasses, and because they don't know the language, but they're
Right.
interacting with people because they
Right.
have the device,
That's
whatever it was. I don't remember what it was, whether it was glasses or the phone, but they had it talking the language so they could communicate.
right. And now they do it on the phone. They
Mm-hmm.
do it on the with the glasses, and the AI is saying you talking to the phone,
Yes,
and
the
their phone
translation.
hears it, and then and their phone talks back, and then your phone translates it and tells you what they said in English,
Right,
and it's in real time.
right,
And so that AI has superseded going into the metaverse. We don't need to take a trip off planet to do some of the things anymore.
right. Right. And see how that's a real world usage. That will always be successful because it's a real world usage. I'm going to another country. I don't really know the language that well. How do I communicate? Versus, oh, like you said, the guy was like, I'm gonna go in the metaverse for 30 days to see if any. Well, it's not a real world use case there. There's no value in it for me today.
No. Now there was a scatter of people that were in there, and somebody had built up all these cities and all of that. And I was like, "Ooh, it wasn't there a game called Sim City or something where you
I
went
think
and
there's been a couple of virtual reality things, and augmented reality was the Pokemon. Remember Pokemon took off and people was losing their
yes,
minds and crashing in the walls and driving in the lakes and all
because you're playing with
because they're looking at the thing is telling them where to go, and they're like, but okay, if you weren't looking at the device, your eyes would tell you that's a lake. Don't drive into it, or don't walk into this, or don't walk into that. But people were doing it because the augmented reality thing was telling them to do it, and I'm like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
So the AI is better because it's talking to you or
Mm-hmm.
informing you or helping you
Yes.
in real time, and you didn't need to have your
I really see, and this is just came to me that I really see like the metaverse and virtual reality is going to help in the healthcare field, like
yes.
therapy, mental
And
wellness,
and
therapy,
and
healthcare.
in the healthcare industry, especially because they did have where the person put on the glasses,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And then they went in
Uh-huh.
and they were able to what is the word? They were able to see what was in there, like go in, look at the parts of the
Visualize.
heart,
Yeah.
the valves of the heart, and be able to practice the surgeries
Right.
or whatever in virtual. I see that better than just going in Horizon World or whatever and playing a game or something.
Yeah.
These people are actually going in learning
For
how to
training, for
maneuver.
learning, for
Yeah,
you need a real world situation to train in, but you really can't do it. But like
correct.
we said, like a beating heart, like you're not really doing that unless you're already a heart surgeon. You already know what you're doing. But to train a heart surgeon, maybe you would use this technology. So AI is going
Right.
to change. I think I said this before. AI is going to change everything, every industry, every platform, everything. It's going to change it. All
And,
right, so
and
this go
go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead. No,
I,
go
I
ahead.
was going to say one more thing.
Mhm.
This has been going on for a while. AI just did not pop up here all of a
Right,
sudden.
right.
Because I remember when the story about Watson came out, and you
Yes,
mentioned Watson could go and search a whole library, a
yes,
whole medical library,
yes.
where the interns are falling asleep in the library trying to go through the
Because they
books
gotta
and
get the
stuff.
book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Watson can go and pull the entire volumes
Right,
to get the diagnosis or possible diagnosis to a
right.
doctor or a healthcare professional much faster than a human could.
Yes, and see, it's not that you're gonna immediately just trust what the AI says. Instead of, like Fran says, instead of looking in all the books in a medical library, which are thousands, you get the AI to give you a specific book or hey, do you remember the case of, and with legal too? Remember the case of this versus that, and you would use interns or paralegals. They would have to go to the law library and look at all these books and remember in their head. Well, AI does that and says, well, okay, instead of you looking at thousands of books, here's the one article out of this book. And then you look at that and you go, okay, this is when the human part comes in, because you're going to have the knowledge and the experience. So with the medical field, it's not that AI is going to do the surgery, it's going to assist the human in order to find the issue, the solution, the problem, and work around it much faster than having everybody go to the medical library. And it's a better use of time.
Right.
AI is always going to figure out how a best use of a human's time. So instead of us spending days researching something, it's going to bring stuff back because it's going to look at the data set that we already have, and then it's going to bring it back. But you can't just trust it 100%. We said that. You just can't take it 100% as fact. You have to go, okay, this is the little one pea out of the one straw out of thousands of straws, and this is the straw I need to focus on in order to go further and fix the problem or do whatever I need to do. That's
Right.
really the usage of it.
Right. And so we're still the one verifying that this information is accurate.
Right. There still has to be a verification process. I think a lot of people, when they're talking about AI and they're really like afraid or whatever it is, it's like, we're not going to rely on 100%. It's like I always bring up the automobile industry. There's still humans working in there. It's not all robots.
Correct.
You need humans in there to calibrate and check the work. So if you need to screw in a screw in the chassis of the car, you don't need a person for that. The robot does it, and they torque it and all that, all that mechanical, scientific, engineering stuff. But you still need one person or two or three or whatever to be in the factory to make sure that all of the things are doing it the way they're supposed to do. So that's how it works.
Yes.
It's not going to be 100% bots operating and doing heart surgery.
Somebody had to program it.
We're not there yet. I don't know if we'll ever get there.
Well,
we're not there.
Okay, I'm telling you, there are so many shows and movies
that
I've seen. I was like, whoa. But this one bot saved this. Okay, she was a full-fledged robot. So when I say bot, it wasn't like the little computers.
Right, it was a robot.
She was a robot, and she was sent to protect the family, and she got.
Oh, did we lose sound? Or is it just me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Is it me?
So this was like the bots movies. I've seen so many movies of bots doing different things. And this one bot, she did a good thing, even though she was programmed wrong, because the bots are not programmed to hurt anybody. But she was protecting the family, right?
Right.
So, and then she was a bot that had, she could see why all the other times this particular medical procedure failed. And she went in there and she saved this little kid's life.
Right.
He had the same symptoms of something else because the little bot knew the little one thing that the humans couldn't figure out.
Right. That or it would have took forever to find this little one thing for the humans to go and let's look at a book or whatever it was. So that's really a good case right there. Because the bot's going to be your second brain. It's going to be, okay, you're investigating or you're trying to figure out the solution. Like, well, what is it? And the bot comes along. Oh,
did you
the robot looks at it and it goes, oh, that's da 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 da, like you just said, and you go, oh, solution.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a look at how we combat this. How do we, as business owners, how do we get around this? I don't know if we can get around it because there's the guy with the social media company who's saying they can't keep up. Like, what's the solution? But what we can do is and these are notes from my assistant Jessica. So, in a world of bots and fake outrage, authenticity wins. So they're saying that what if you're building a brand, running a business, or simply trying to share your message online, it changes everything because not all engagement is real anymore. Virality can be manufactured. Outrage is engineered. The system is being gamed. I think Fran said that the system is being gamed. So if you're not aware of it, this is where we are. We need to be aware of it. You can easily be swept up in false narrative, fake trends, and misplaced trust. Now, the big shift, authenticity is now your superpower. So your audience is craving trust, truth, and connection more than ever. Being real is what will set you apart in a world flooded with fake engagement. So you focus on building real relationships. Mm-hmm. Share content that adds real value. Stay true to your value, educate your audience. And that's basic. You always hear, oh, be authentic, be this and that. But we kind of gotta stay the course with this. And again, like I said earlier, you're focusing on likes and views, and well, oh, this reel got so many views. Why didn't the other reel get views? Well, those are bots doing the bot thing. What's happening with your link? Your
And so
system.
here's the thing: are your customers replying to your posts and stuff? That's your real tell. The people that have bought something from you is the real tell. And then and just like you said earlier on in this program, even if they never said anything, but you got money in the bank because of it, is a far better metric
Yeah.
than how many people liked your post
Yeah.
or whatever. You're
We,
putting the post out there to engage with the people. And if
yeah, real
somebody
people.
else, yeah, so if somebody else happens to go, oh, I like that. Like they have the little exercise people that come on the Instagram, the guys telling you how to exercise over 50 or whatever, and they
Right.
tell you to do stuff.
Right.
Okay. And people engage and follow,
Right.
right?
Right.
Then he says, okay, well, I have a class, and if you'd like to join in on this class, he's just putting it out there for uh, community service post that's
Right.
out there to educate and educate,
Edu,
entertain,
edu infotainment. Yeah.
infotainment. So he put that out there for that, not necessarily to get likes, but just put it out there to help people. If you're genuine, if you are putting that out to help people in the community, to let them know there's a better way
Right.
of moving, or there's a better way of cooking, or there's a
Right.
better way of whatever, people are going to gravitate to that.
Yes. And see, here's another part of that is people just, well, I'm going to put the content out and just sit back and wait. I'm like, well, that's not what you're really supposed to
Mhm.
be doing. It's supposed to be the education part of it, the infotainment part of it, but then also the system part of it, where you have something built to guide them to, okay, here's 5 ways to da 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 da, or here's how I da 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 da. Come on over here, and I'm going to show you a better way to do it, or how to do it, or something that benefits them. And coming over here means your email list,
Yes.
something that's owned by you, your email
Yep.
list, your something that you are paying for, your website, whatever. Because they're on social media, that's all well and good and great, but you got to, I always say, you're a traffic cop. You got to get them over here, and that's what you're doing with your content, not just, okay, I'm posting this reel and I'm posting this thing, and oh, the views. I don't care about the views. How many people are doing the thing that I told them to do, which is in the link in bio, or the, people are doing the DM, comment, DM, and they're doing that because it's like, I got to get you from A to B. That's what social media is for business owners. I'm here, but come on over here with me to the community, to the thing, the system, whatever you want to call it. People call it funnels. You call it whatever you like. It's the thing from that moves them from A to B. And
And
once they're in B, go ahead.
it's always been that thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day when it was word of mouth, oh, where I experienced that this weekend. I had a pair of slacks on, and the lady is like, "Oh, I love those. Where did you get those?" Oh, well, I was able to tell her to go to this particular
Yes.
fashion, the lady that sold me the pants, right?
Yes.
And so that the woman got the customer because I'm wearing something she sold me.
You're walking
And
advertisement.
it's word of mouth, and so
So
now she gained another customer.
yeah. So and let's think about this in the terms of, like, remember radio ads? What was the purpose of a radio ad? To get you from A to B. To get you
Hmm.
from listening to the radio to get to the thing, to the store, to the
Right,
this, to the that, to the whatever it was.
right.
That was the purpose of it. An advertisement in the newspaper was to what? Get your butts moving and come down to the store. Why do you think they do weekly sales ads for the grocery store. I mean, you have to go to the grocery store, but not really now because we can Instacart but I'm just saying before all of that, the ad was to get you to come. Oh, they
Right.
got peaches on sale for whatever. Oh, they got this on sale. And you would go for that one thing. But again, you go to the grocery store and
They're gonna
you're
try
not
and
going
get
for
you
milk.
right, and they're trying to get you from some other stuff all the way till the checkout aisle where they got all the stuff waiting on you, talking to you, talking about buy me, buy me, buy me.
Listen, you go, they know you come for milk, bread, eggs, staples. Those things are not at the front of the grocery store. Not ever. Those are way in the back. You got to pass all of these things, and then they have stuff in the aisles to block you. So it's like you're a football player. You got if you don't want that stuff. But it's like, ooh, this is on sale. Ooh, buy one get one free, or whatever the thing. Those are all things to get you to buy. So those are the things that we're focusing on when you're on social media. It's not likes and views, but it's like, oh, well, I didn't get any likes. I didn't get any views. This looks bad. Are they buying? Because they do
Mm-hmm.
that, if your messaging is right. If your messaging is right. So that's what's coming out of this article. Because I want people to see that I need to get likes like the Kardashian, or the million of likes or the virality. It's all fake. What did that put in
And
your
all
bank
their
account?
stuff is fake too, because are they buying the Skims or the whatevers?
There's a lot of fakeness there too. I'm gonna call it like it is. I mean, she opened a store, I think, in New York
Yep.
early this year or last year.
On
I
Fifth
want to see
Ave,
the numbers on that store.
wasn't it on Fifth Avenue?
I forgot where it was, but it made such a big deal. I'm like,
Okay, because that's some high rent over there.
Fifth Avenue, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mark
The
has a
Apple store is
comment.
over there.
Mark said, "Bots for at social media. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know when they have mastered the one that dusts, mops, vacuums, scrubs the bathroom, does the laundry, and cooks."
I want one of those. Well, that's the robot from the movie I always talk about with Robin Williams. That's what that was. We'll
Mm-hmm.
have those. Just wait, Mark. Just wait. We're gonna have those. Right now we've got the bots. And it's just because people's focus is on, like Fran said, buying the 10,000 followers or the buying of the this and the that. People are still doing it. But it's like, what does it get you? It's just a number that looks good on your profile, which nobody's going to your Instagram profile anyway. I talked about that too. They don't go to your profile.
So you see all them million. Okay, so you see the million subscribers different, but if you see all these people that have followed you, and how many two people have bought something, but you got millions of followers.
See, the focus is not, it should not be on, well, the number of followers. Because social media platforms don't work that way anymore with the algorithm. It's one piece of content, if it's right messaging done in the right style of the audience that you're trying to attract, that will hit more than you trying to get more followers. Because the followers are fake. That's what this article is about. They're fake. They're fake.
Mm.
Fake. And they're so fake that they blended in and they look like real people to the algorithm on Meta, on Facebook, on wherever you are. They're blending in with the crowd.
So we are literally in the matrix.
Yeah.
Walking around, the people walking around the street ain't really people.
So the thing is, you have to realize what your purpose is as a business owner, why you're on. Also, you gotta have your messaging has to be tight. Like, who am I talking to? One person, not everybody. Is the messaging correct to them to where I can lock in with them? I make content based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep making the content until it connects. Keep making the content until it connects. See, this is where a lot of people fall start. It's not working because I don't have the views or the likes or the followers. And I'm telling you, they're fake. Because the way that the algorithms and the platform work now is it's one piece of content only. One piece of content will get you connected to your target audience, your customer. Not going viral all the time. Not, oh, I got Kim Kardashian numbers. Those are fake. She's got fake followers. What is the purpose of you being on social media? Keep that in mind. Don't let it go to, well, it looks bad because I only got 100 followers. So keep making content that reaches your target audience, because the algorithm is going to push out that one piece of content. And if you got everything lined up, your ducks are in a row, they see the content, they do this, they do what you're saying, they go over there and buy and click, boom, money in the bank. It's that simple. But it's difficult because all of those steps have to be in place first, and they need fine tuning, messaging, knowing my audience persona, knowing my one person, knowing where I need to be, not focusing on every platform. Maybe I need to do one, perfect that, and then say, when I go to this platform, I can take what I learned successfully, take it over there, tweak it a bit. Well, I'll drop my iPad. Tweak it a bit. I gotta pick it up. Tweak it a bit because I'm in a different country and they speak a different language.
Yes.
I'm not going to go to China and speak Italian. They're going to be like, what? Unless you got the phone. Translate. But all of this is a part of what I saw with this article. I was like, okay, we're marching on people. We're marching on from the follower count, the like count. There's even been talk of taking all that away. Have we talked about that? I've seen some articles about that the platforms will take those things away.
Because engagement is the thing. It is not the number, it's the engagement. Who's talking to you, and the engagement we're looking for is somebody buying your stuff.
Yes, as the business owner, we're on the business owner track. What that cash register do? What that bank account do? Cha-ching, cha-ching. Because I've seen people on Instagram, they love to go on Instagram and go, I went to sleep and woke up to, I've seen a lot of that. Like, oh, I woke up and my bank account had this in it and that in it. And I'm like, yes, they make it sound easy, but there's a whole bunch of steps in front of that. But that is where we're going to, where it's one piece of content that you perfect. Perfect, meaning the things I just said about the messaging, knowing who you're talking to, being on the right platform, having the right kind of content for that platform, everything got to hit the bullseye. Boom, 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 boom. They're in.
So it's all about the work.
Not, oh, I got to get more followers. Can you get me more followers? To do what? To watch in the bot parade of, hey, we got followers, they're all bots. Who cares? So this article, when I saw it the other day, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And this is somebody from Fast Company. He said he spent 6 months, looking at this. And I remembered from Cambridge Analytica that we was like, oh, so shocked that they manipulated the data. But now we're surrounded by it. So what do we do?
Yeah. So will the real business owner please stand up? Will the real customer please stand up? You have to do it for the real customer.
Right. So I got a couple of questions real quick before we leave that Jessica put together. So you need to ask yourself, am I chasing quick wins instead of building real trust? Am I watering my own assets every week? That means my blog post, my email list, my Substack, are you watering your stuff? Am I talking to my real audience or trying to please everyone? Am I measuring the right things? And the last one, am I showing up consistently no matter what? That's the hard one, the last one. Because you're discouraged by nobody liked it today. Nobody looked my Instagram story only got blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. It's about perfecting it. And this the YouTube advice that people when you want to start a YouTube channel, this is the advice that they tell you to perfect your messaging, who you want to talk to in your video. And you got to keep doing it. But that's the hard part. I got to keep doing it. How do you get butter? By hand. Real quick.
Keep churning. You have to
Take
churn the
milk,
butter, milk,
milk.
cream, and you have to keep churning the butter. And it's boring. That boring stuff is what gets you the results you're looking for.
How do you
It's
make whipped cream? The same thing. You get the cream, heavy cream, and you take your hand. If you don't have a machine that does it, egg whites, hand by hand. Everything was done. Remember, there was a time when everything was done by hand. How did they do it? I don't know. So I want butter. I just go to the grocery store. There's butter on the shelf. But there was a time when they had a butter churn, and
somebody was like, okay, we're churning butter. And, oh my
um
gosh. That's why they didn't have time for anything else. It was like churning butter,
same
milking
thing. Grapes in the
cows,
wine. Grapes in the wine. I always remember the I Love Lucy. With what was she doing? And the lady, they
stomping
were in a big
grapes,
barrel with grapes. And what did they do?
stomping grapes.
That was how the wine was made. So we have a hard time today because we're in a microwave world where everything is, we Grubhub, we Uber, it comes Instacart, boom. So now it's like, how do I keep doing this consistently? But I don't want to make the butter. I just want to buy the butter from the store.
So
That's it.
here's the thing. If you need help getting a system together to keep engaged with your community, I suggest Mark. Mark got jokes. I suggest that Mark says now our wine doesn't come with the added toe jam
No,
flavoring.
we got machines and systems that do that for us. So
And so what I would suggest, if you need help putting together a system, because TJ a while back she helped us with a social media schedule. Now
mhm.
she's telling you how to get your messaging because you already have a great message. We are trusting that you got
Yeah,
a great message, you know who your clients are. And now if you need help getting all of that in a system, you need to reach out to TJ.
yeah.
Terry Johnson online/info. She will help you. Terry Johnson
Mhm. Mhm.
online.com/info.
And your favorite social media platform, Terry
Yes.
Johnson. Just find me there.
Ask
DM.
questions
Yeah, yeah.
and get some help with whatever it is that you're doing. Hey, Yolanda from Dryer
Hey,
Buzz is here.
Yolanda. Hey.
Mark said Terry will get back to you when she's done
Yeah,
shunning
I gotta finish
her
churning
butter.
the butter and stumping the grapes and making whipped cream.
Right.
Let me do
So
that first.
there's some help. You don't have to succumb to the bots, people. You
Mm.
can get some help so that you stand out and that your product and or service gets noticed by the right
Yeah,
people.
resist the bots. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work
Resist.
on that. So
Don't pay for
no,
followers.
no. This is all a mind shift set of I cannot. It was like, oh, the followers, oh, the likes. So that's why I wanted you to see this article, read it. I put the link in there. Please read it and look at what it says, because
Right.
that's what is happening. It's fake engagement. So what do you do? Come up with a plan. You need help with that? Reach out to me.
All right. So we want to thank you for tuning in today. And if you care to do so, you can go to become a part of the Bizchicks community. You can text
Mhm.
Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. However, you connect, we appreciate you. We want to thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you for
Mhm.
connecting with us. Make sure to connect with TJ, Dr. Tachi, Yolanda. Get together. There are people here that can help you
Yeah.
in this
Ask Smart
community.
Ward.
Ask
The
Smart
4 minute
Ward.
mark.
Yes. Um, and Dryer Buzz is in here too. So you can get the help that you need. You don't have to do this by yourself. And we are always here to help take the hassle out of your hustle. That is the whole purpose for us coming in each week. Terry and I, Dr. Tachi, and Terralina will be back on Friday talking
Mhm.
tech.
Mhm.
And TJ will have our social media news
Oh
updates.
yeah, there's a shocker. I heard something today, so we're gonna talk about it on Friday. So
Okay, just make sure you
get
tune in.
ready.
All right, and we will see you next time on bizchicks.net. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
everybody. Thanks for watching. Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.